The third one is self. And having a positive, healthy sense of self is necessary to loving life. It starts with loving ourselves first and then grows into loving others. And so every person has a need to feel important, special, validated, unique. And there's lots of ways that this shows up. Positively, it may show up with, these people demonstrating leadership. They may, you know, find that they trust themselves to make decision and take calculated risks. So they, you know, are used to showing up authentically and living out their truth and letting people align to what's unique and true about them. And you're probably seeing with those people that they prioritize self-care. Now, negatively, they can have destructive self-talk. So if you don't have a high sense of self-worth or you're struggling with a low self-esteem, there may be a voice going on in your head about you not being good enough or worthy, and so that self-talk can be fairly destructive, and that is under the need for self you know in order to be our best self. Sometimes we can be critical.
Mm.
Now, it may also show up in our need to control or dominate others. So, one of the fastest ways to feel significant is to, say, for example, express violence. Because if, for example, if you're with somebody who's being violent towards you, they're the most significant person to you at that moment.
Mm.
And so that is obviously a very negative and extreme example of how the need for self can happen, but it can also help you understand why there is violence in the world. People get a lot of significance and self um, uh, esteem in a way, even if it's negative, out of doing that.
Wow.
So yeah, also some of us may have had experiences with people, especially in the work environment or in a friend group, where they always want to posture themselves or be better than others. They're kind of the one-uppers, or the ones that you know um, you have to have the spotlight, or get seen as being responsible for things that are happening, that are good, that are happening. But they also might be the person that comes into the group and has the biggest problem in the room, because that's a way to get the focus put on them, that their problems are important. And so, if you know someone that leads with, always having a really significant problem, it may be their way of getting attention for this need, to serve this need.
Interesting.
Yeah, and lastly, they do tend to compare themselves to others a lot, and also they may experience some suicidal thoughts as a result of that negative self-talk. They may believe that others are better off without them.
Wow.
Yeah.